Hey guys, Odin Wolf here, back with some more Battlefield 4 gameplay. And the footage you're going to be seeing in the background here, this is some Gunmaster footage, and it's probably one of the better rounds that I've ever had on Battlefield 4 Gunmaster. I went on some pretty nice kill streaks, and it was a pretty quick round altogether, but unfortunately there were some issues with the audio track. It was all sorts of messed up for some reason, so I was forced to mute it, and I just figured playing some music in the background would be better than the way it sounded to begin with, so thanks to Monstercat for the licensing on the music that you're hearing. But I did want to go over just a few things in this video. First of all, I do have a new monitor on the way. It was supposed to have been here today, but I've got a story to tell with that, but we'll get to that here in a minute. So I've ordered the Acer XB270HU, otherwise known as the Predator, and this is their top-of-the-line gaming monitor. This thing is it's pretty beastly. 27 inches, 144 hertz, G-Sync module. But the real kicker is this is an IPS panel, so you're not going to have to deal with the bad viewing angles and color reproduction of the standard TN panels, which is what I am currently on. I'm still on my old Alienware 23-inch, 120 hertz monitor, which has really been a nice monitor and did the job for, you know, what, I've had it for almost 5 years now, just, I guess, a little over 4 years. So it's done the job very well. No complaints about it, other than, you know, it's a TN panel, and it's time to move on. So I figured if I'm going to upgrade, if I'm going to move on, I better go big or go home, and that's what I did. So I don't know if I mentioned before, though, this the Acer is a 1440p monitor, so 2560 by 1440, which is something that I've kind of messed around with a little bit with the some of the new features in the 900 series graphics cards from NVIDIA. You have the multi-sampling, or however they refer to it, I forget. Anyways, one of the settings, the DSR, Dynamic Super Resolution, there we go, where you can basically super sample your resolution up to 4K on a 1080p monitor. So you're not actually going to be seeing 4K, but your game itself will be running at a higher resolution, basically just, you know, making the game look that much more crisp and clean. But that does, of course, wreck your frames per second just trying to render that high of a resolution. So I have fiddled around with the 1440p resolution off and on, just with the DSR, but going absolutely straight up 1440p is going to be awesome. I cannot wait. And I'm probably going to have a bit of a difficult question to pose to myself going forward with my gameplay recordings. Do I want to record in full 1440p, render that out, and upload it to YouTube for you guys, but be limited to the 30 frames per second frame cap? Or do we continue to record in 1440p but then downsample it and record it, or render it out in 1080p 60 frames per second? I'll probably do a little bit of both. Just some of the lower frame per second games, or something that's not quite as demanding, will probably render it up into 1440p. Or of course, if it's something that I'm doing to kind of show, you know, a maxed out game, or trying to run a game at its highest settings, obviously I'm not too concerned with the frames per second, other than just having the counter up in the corner so you guys see what the frames per second is. But you want to have the highest quality available there, so that would definitely be something I would render in 1440p. But as far as gameplay, commentaries, montages, that sort of thing, we'll probably stick to 1080p so we can get the fluid 60 frames per second. But as I mentioned, I did have some issues. I ordered a refurb version from eBay, and it was supposed to have been here today because I paid like $50 to have overnight shipping. And lag monster alert. Yeah, my ISP was having a seizure here for some reason, and it's not surprising at all. I don't want to say this is something that's you know, expected, as that guy just magicianed his way across the map, but it's definitely not something that's rare to happen to me while I'm playing, is to have these massive lag spikes and my internet just take a dump in the middle of me playing. And you know, I don't want to harp on it too much, because I give my ISP a hard time as it is, and I know some people that work there, and it's definitely nothing personal against them. It's just it's extremely disappointing for the price we pay and the disappointing service we get in return. and there's really no other options at this point. This is the only, other than satellite internet, and I've mentioned, in the past, that's not an option for what we're doing. So other than what we have, that's it. And being limited to 12 meg down and a half a meg up is really a hard time, considering that with the advancements in processing power and my current rig setup, I can render a video in almost real time. So however long this video will end up being, probably close to 7 minutes, I can render this video out in probably about 8 minutes. So not quite real time, but just, I mean, you're talking a few extra seconds here and there on render times, but yet it's going to take me upwards of 5 to 6 hours to upload. And meanwhile, while it's doing that, no one else can use the internet because the bandwidth is completely gone. So it's just frustrating, and I'm counting the days down till we can get a cable provider out in this area, and anything is better at this point. So fingers crossed on that. But anyway, like I mentioned, I got the monitor ordered. It was a refurb that I found on Acer's official eBay store. And I don't typically go for refurbs, but this was a manufacturer certified refurb, which means someone at Acer had to have tested this monitor and put their seal of approval on it. So if anything's bad, it's on them. I get a free refurb replacement. But needless to say, I did order the $50 extra overnight shipping because I wanted to have this thing to play with through the weekend. It's pretty selfish, I know, but I couldn't wait. So we got that set up and going. I got the confirmation yesterday that the order had shipped. So I'm fully expecting to have this thing here today. I get up this morning to check the tracking on the shipment and realize that there's been no update other than a shipment or a tracking label had been created. So UPS had not even picked the package up yet, or had not been sent to UPS. And so I'm thinking, oh, well, maybe they just had not scanned it, or something of the sort. And it'll update later on this afternoon. So all through work today, I'm like a kid on Christmas. I'm checking that, it's got to be here, and nothing. I mean, there's no update whatsoever. So needless to say, by the time I get off work, I give Acer a call, and their only response was that they had not heard anything back from their warehousing department, whether or not my order had actually been boxed up and given to UPS. So at that point, I'm like, look, Newegg's got these things brand new in stock. They've been selling out left and right. I just got a notification in that they are in stock currently. Cancel my order, give me a full refund. I'm just going to throw one of these things onto my Newegg account. And thank God for Newegg preferred accounts. 12 months, no payments or interest. Sign me up and pray that I get a bonus in the meantime. I mean, but anyway, so we did get a new one ordered from Newegg, which is scheduled to be here the beginning of next week. And I will surely have a unboxing and review up once I get that in. But that's pretty much going to wrap up this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay footage in the background. As always, hit that like button if you did. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. So thanks very much, and I'll catch you next time.